Hello students, this is a short video about how to navigate our Blackboard site and the organization of our course. Our course is Biology 352, Section 903. We are the Thursday morning lab that meets from 9 until 11:50. And welcome. So let me move to our Blackboard site. Here it is. Our Blackboard site has a cute picture of a black-capped chickadee. We'll be studying black-capped chickadees later. And this is a picture of my sister's hand. She has a license to do banding of black-capped chickadees. And so we've done some experiments with banded chickadees. Right here on Grand Valley's campus, actually. Okay, so here's what we've got. On the left, you'll see, of course, all of the buttons that are what I think critical buttons for our Blackboard site for our course. The announcement button is the site you'll open up the Blackboard site to, and you can see announcements here. I will typically post announcements each week about what's coming up in lab. I might also post additional announcements throughout the week, or if something happens in lab and I want to add more to the discussion, or I want to make a change in it. So I'll just be aware that announcements will come frequently from this lab. Okay, another button here that we want to start with, of course, is the Begin Here button. And there are a number of things at this Begin Here site. There are some introductory videos. You found this site because this video has, I should check this. This video site has an introduction to me, my dog, one of my dogs, and also the navigation of our Blackboard site that you're watching right now. There's a lab syllabus. This is the formal document that has the policies for the course in it. And it has things like the materials you'll need for the lab. It has policies. It has the point distribution for the lab, so you have a feeling for this laboratory. This lab is worth 35% of the total grade in animal behavior, and some policy information. Okay, it's a formal contract with me, if you will. The schedule is probably day-to-day more important, right? The materials on this schedule include the lecture topics that Dr. Henshaw will be doing each week in lecture, and the lab activities. We'll see these lab activities also listed on our Blackboard site. There are also instructions on this Begin Here site that for several things. One of them is a set of instructions for Simutext. Simutext is an application that you need to purchase to complete several assignments in the lab. It's a great, I think it's a pretty cool set of assignments that you'll be completing, and it's worth doing. It's also worth points. So sign up for that. Get that going before the semester begins. Download and install SPSS at GVSU. We're going to be using SPSS regularly in lab, and we want you to download that to your own laptop. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's worth it. My daughter and I were downloading SPSS for her laptop the other day. She's a sophomore at Grand Valley and is taking animal behavior. Not from me. She's taking it from Dr. Henshaw. But it is a little bit of a hassle to download it, but we are going to use it. So please do that before lab begins. And then you'll need to also have Excel on your laptop so that you can make figures. The Excel that's the online free version is not as good as the Excel that comes with Office 365 that we can download for free if you're a GVSU student using the IT site. Okay. After you've done those Begin Here things, you can look around at the other buttons on our Blackboard site. One of them that's important are the lab teams. I have 6 lab teams assigned for this lab. You are in a team of 3 or 4 students, typically 4 students. If you click on this link, you should see your team. I'm not registered in a team officially as a student, but as an instructor, I can see all of the teams. So I can click on any one of these teams, Team 3, for example, and I know who's in Team 3. There you all are. And what's important about this team button, or this group button, is that you can collaborate with them. using, you can be a presenter and share information in a small Collaborate group. You can send emails to them. You can put files like SPSS files on a file exchange so that you can share them and save them there. And those will be important for you. Okay, and you can also see some of the group assignments. So these are the group assignments you'll be needing to do over the course of the semester, but they're located at other places too. Okay, there's a stats and graphing button that just gives you supplemental materials that you might need for stats and graphing. We also have lots of links in our documents. Okay, the syllabus and schedule again, my office hours. So if I click on the office hours button, you can see that I have virtual office hours on Wednesdays and Fridays. If I click on this link directly, I will access the Blackboard Collaborate site where my office hours will be. So that's all you need to do, and I will be there most Wednesdays and Friday mornings if you have questions. Remember that this is my open office hours, so you might want to just say when you arrive, hey, I'm from your animal behavior lab, and I have a question about animal behavior. That will help me identify who you are and get connected more quickly. Let's see, anything else here? You can check your grades. You can send emails. You can get to our class Blackboard Collaborate site. This is really important. We will be having regular virtual meetings in this lab. We will typically meet at 9 a.m. on Thursday mornings with the whole group in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. After I introduce the topic of the day, with material for the day, then I will allow you to enter your teams and work in your teams for the rest of the lab. I will then probably move around from team to team, from group to group, to see how you're doing. And we'll try this. I've not used breakout groups in Blackboard Collaborate before. We'll see how well it goes after the first week. So that will be our first week. We will be in Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. This is where you'll click. Okay, I can click on it, and I see I have virtual lab meetings each week. That's what I want to click on, and I want to join the week that's appropriate. Okay. Okay, so now we can move to the button that's probably going to be the most used button in Blackboard, and that is the weekly content and assignment button. And what you'll see for each week, I've got some information, okay, all the way down to the last week. And if you go to week 1, there'll be a little introduction here, what's going to happen in this week and what are we going to do. And sometimes I'll have a little posting that just says what's going to happen, right? Introduce the lab, its purpose and organization, meet your team, work through an introductory assignment on studying behavior, part 1. Okay. And then you'll also see any assignments or documents that you need for this week in lab. This particular assignment, Introduction to Studying Behavior. I know it's an assignment because this is the icon used for assignments. Introduction to Studying Behavior, Part 1. If I click on this, I will be able to submit my assignment. But what is my assignment? Well, the assignment, I'm going to read this information here each time. It says it focuses on introducing you to the study of animal behavior. We will be using some pre-recorded videos of paper wasps in this assignment. For this assignment, you will read and complete the following worksheets. See the link. That's this link here. This is an individual assignment. When you've completed the worksheet, submit your assignment to the Blackboard site. So I can click on this worksheet. This is essentially what we'll be working through in Lab 1. And it has likely some introductory information. And then it asks questions that we're going to be working through. There are spots for me to complete. I can copy this. I can download it. I can make a copy of it in my Google Drive. I can then fill it in and complete it as a student. And then I will have to upload it to the assignment button at the end. Okay, and so I'm reading about all of these introductory things. And at the bottom it tells me, hey, this is how you're going to submit your assignment. After completing all the questions, create a new document in which you paste your response in tables 1 through 5. So I'm going to have these tables in my final assignment. And I need to upload the document. I usually recommend using a PDF. I find that's the easiest. Okay, so that's my assignment, and I can see that if I click on this, I can access the submission of that assignment. And it also tells me when it's due, so let me click on that. This tells me it's due on January 21, the first week of class at 2 p.m. Now, most of the assignments we will have in lab will be due at the end of lab. I consider this an end of the lab time. It gives you a couple hours to kind of get things organized if you were delayed for some reason. Or they're due the following week at the beginning of lab. So most assignments are due at the end of lab or the following week at the beginning of lab. And I will each week send you an announcement that tells you, hey, these are the things that are happening this week. I will do my best to get that out to you each weekend so that you can keep on top of things, because it's hard doing online work. I have 5 different classes, and I understand completely that it's hard to keep track of this material. Okay, let's just go back to the weekly content one more time. And we can see that all of the weeks are set up. So if I click on week 2, it says that I have a pre-lab assignment due this week. Before lab even begins, I have to do this assignment. And then there's a reminder that I have a SimBio or Simutext assignment. SimBio assignments aren't submitted on our Blackboard site. You submit them, they're submitted for you on the Simutext application. I will then download your grade later. Okay. And then there's, Introduction to Studying Behavior Part 2. So we've got a busy week in week 2. Okay. And you will see that some weeks I've got completed. So through about week 5 is completed. We're still working on modifying documents for some of the later weeks. So if you click on some of these later weeks, you might see something like this: optimal foraging analysis, group assignment, and then there's no link. Or it says something like, need to add link here. We'll get there. We'll add it. You just can't get too far ahead. In any case, you won't want to. Okay, so those are the bulk of this. This is the bulk of the Blackboard site and how this course is organized. I hope this video helps you. I will ask if you have any questions during the first week of lab. Thanks so much.